All right, it's 9:40 p.m. It's Monday night. I'm trying to deploy some stupid fucking dashboard that I spent the entire day making, which is technically not. It's like this is a totally out of scope thing. I'm just doing it because I know the client would love it, and I'm doing it as a little bit of a surprise, and so I hope they love it, obviously. But it's such a pain in the ass sometimes. Fuck off. But I wanted to record because I think today was, I just felt like complete shit. I haven't left the house other than walking my dog for basically I haven't left the house. I haven't gone to the gym in like a week. Not something I'm happy with. It's fucking annoying. I spent a lot of time obviously hanging out with my friend who left this morning. I slept like shit. I got up early to see them off. All deploy contacts, yeah. I slept like shit. I napped a little bit more in the morning. And it was just one of those days where it just felt like complete shit. But I got a lot done, which is good. Like I did shit. I just pushed on. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. I had dinner and I just I don't know. I just had this like existential dread come all over me. It really sucked. But it happens sometimes, especially after you come off a little bit of a high or whatever, or if you come home from a trip, like that happens. Ultimately, it is natural. As much as sometimes it sucks a lot. I'm trying to make this deploy because it keeps fucking failing. What the fuck? Oh, domain. Here we go. Anyway, what did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, earlier today I had a call with this other guy who's also an agency founder, like a tech agency founder. And I'm realizing like there's a couple other guys who are in a similar boat. Most of them are like, there's one who's like 1 or 2 years older. There's another one who's like, he's 23, 24. No, I think he's 22, 23. I don't know. Anyway. And I had a conversation and I don't know, it just got me thinking about like, okay, well, obviously I'm not the only one doing this. There's a massive opportunity. A lot of people are taking advantage of it. And I think that's really great. I think it's like one of the largest opportunities for upward social mobility that's ever existed for humanity. But that also means competition, right? And like, it's been interesting to have those talks, see how they are thinking. And I think it's like competition is healthy. I don't avoid talking to them, and I don't hide anything. Like I tell them everything. To be fair, I say everything on here. So like if you're doing the exact same thing as me, you know exactly what I'm thinking by watching these anyway. But one of the things which I have noticed is that I haven't seen as many people with such a big focus on like product. And I just started this book from impossible to inevitable or whatever. It's some business thing. And the first thing that it points out, and I think very rightly so, is that extremely high growth is possible, but it's very, very hard. Oh, it deployed, nice. It's hard, it's painful, and it exposes your weak points, and it does that at an incredible pace, and it's not easy. And before you can even think about growing like that, you need to have a product that's fucking amazing. And I think that's the biggest failure that I saw with this guy is like, I don't know, I think he's also been a bit stagnant. And I mean, obviously, I think I in some ways have as well, but I think I've learned. And we'll see over the next 6-9 months. But yeah, I think that frame of mind has helped me a lot. And I don't think as many people are thinking about it like that. A lot of people want to start the business, start the agency, then, they go after marketing leads, biz dev stuff, which is all great. But if your product's not good enough, you're not going to get anywhere. Now, I was reflecting on this other thing that I saw a long time ago, but there was this guy who compared like Microsoft Teams to Slack, and he was like, "Does product-led growth or sales-led, which one actually dominates?" Because everybody likes the product-led narrative, and the conclusion of that post is basically, firstly, I think the data analysis was on like Microsoft and Slack only, nothing else. And maybe it was with some other stuff. So like I'll play with that in mind, but basically it said, oh, sales growth will beat product every time. Sales-led growth. So like more attention on BD and stuff like that. Now that's probably true unless you have a shit product. If you have a shit product, you will spend the rest of your life trying to sell and you won't get anywhere. You need to have a product that effectively solves the problem, and then sales-led obviously dominates, because it's like on one you're just relying on organic kind of stuff to happen, and on the other you throw money at it and you fuel that fire, and that obviously, I think that works a lot better. But I think that post can be misleading to people getting into business and making them think the product is secondary to marketing if you just learn how to market really hard. The thing is, you can market really hard and then make sales, but like your life is going to be so much harder. So yeah, I'm really also struggling to figure out. I mean, I'm building a service-based business, and it's a pretty customized service-based business at that, right? It's effectively software consultancy, and consultancy model generally means we do bespoke kind of service stuff, right? So each client is different, et cetera. And how do you scale that? It's not very easy. So I want to double down into like one specific area. And for example, I'm already cutting down on projects that are outside of our favorite stack. So like that don't use the tools that we're most effective with. We can do other stuff, but we want to focus on just that avatar that we can provide the most value to. And right now I think that's going after kind of React projects and stuff like that. React and Node, and exclusively focus on those. And I want to focus on companies where we can augment their capabilities. That's where I want to start. Now, oh, I have to make a proposal. I just fucking forgot. Fuck. Okay. Oh, that's a thing. I need to one of the big goals I have for this year is to crystallize a vision for the company, and that's a vision to sell to investors, to sell to employees, to sell to customers. Not because I'm trying to get investors or anything like that, but just because if you can't build that, I mean, you can run a business, but you're not going to build a great business, I think. At least this is the thesis that I'm working with at the moment. And I think like, obviously I think Apple's one of the greats as far as comparison here, but like they're a thought leader because they operate based on principle, on mission, about like how interfaces should be seamless, and they will relentlessly go after that. And will stop at nothing to like, they will compromise for nothing because of this mission and this principle. And I think that's something that I also need to find in some way. And I think part of it is really just like being the fastest, best React builders in the world. And I was actually explaining this exact thought process with my friend who's also a dev agency founder. And he said, oh yeah, but React's such a big market. You're basically competing with Vietnamese development shops who are way cheaper. And it's like, well, I don't think they do nearly as good a job as us. And I think if we focus and just double down and become the best in class, like the big guys with money don't go after the cheap deals. They go after the best. If it saves them more time, that time is really, really valuable to them. So they go after the best. And so that's ultimately what I want to double down on. Working extremely fast, being the best at what we do. And then also building internal tools to help us do that, because there are other people who are also building. And it's like, I know AI is going to take over development. Now the question is, can we make tools along the way that basically help us build the stuff that we want, because we're going to be super well versed in building stuff. There's a lot of no-code builders for front ends. There's not a lot going on for back end. I think that's an interesting area for bootstrapping projects from the start. I think even no-code builders to bootstrap React front ends, because like a no-code builder is great and all to start with, but it's useless. Like if you want to then get in and get like and code stuff yourself, then it's not as good. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to think about. But I think I'm just doubling down on delivering a fucking great service, and then seeing where that takes me. But it's sometimes it's hard to not let myself go in all the big ideas, because that's the stuff that obviously I think is easy to get caught up in, thinking about all the products you're going to do and all this and all that when you haven't actually got anything yet. So waiting, what? Fuck you. Come on. So, in part of that effort to be absolutely amazing, I spent, oh nice, this is actually super nice. I spent basically the day today making this dashboard, which, I mean, it's like you can switch, you choose stuff, you can display the little graphs over here and then see the data. Anyway, I basically threw this together in a day, and I hope they like it. I know that they need data, like kind of dashboards and stuff built out, and they've been using Google Sheets, and I think this is way more intuitive. It just gives way more possibility for insight, at least in my opinion. I think like design matters. I think this makes it accessible for more of the team. And so I just built it out pretty much out of my own initiative. Like I spent my own free time on this stuff. And like I'm applying this principle to kind of every client. It's like, how can I go above and beyond what's kind of expected? And I did that by giving a client free development for a week. When I know his budget was low, I'm doing it for these guys by building this out pretty much over the weekend. I actually built it today, but whatever. What else? I think finding those opportunities to do that is really how you get it. And then the next thing that I have in terms of like business development in mind is I need to work on an offer that I could launch and realistically get unaffiliated customers. That book that I was talking about, it said like, well, you need to get 10 totally unaffiliated customers who have zero relationship. They're not a friend of a friend. They're not whatever. They just totally cold. You email, outbound, inbound lead, whatever. And see, if they sign on. If you can get 10 customers who are totally unaffiliated with anybody who so they don't come off a basis of trust and they buy your product, then that's when you know that you've got a decent product. And I know that I haven't done that. I mean, the clients I've gotten are all been through relationship and referrals. And that's the lifeline of kind of good agencies. But I need to turn it into something bigger and become just the best guys at doing this. And so, we'll see. So I need to finish up this stuff. and then I need to go to sleep because I'm so tired. Oh, another thought I wanted to share, but I think life is good when you look forward to things. Fundamentally, life is the best when you, I think, when you feel like you're going somewhere. And I've felt that recently, like in a big level. I mean, on a day-to-day basis, things can suck, but if you've got something that you feel that you like, not, one thing is having a goal, but another thing is feeling that you're making progress toward it, looking forward to it. I think that makes life really good. Um, Whatever it is, I think it's the lack of that which can be incredibly depressing. And that's just a frame of thought that I realized that I think is very useful, for like if you're feeling like shit, or if you're feeling a general lack of direction, or just struggling with a lot of just things being overwhelming. It's just like find the things that you want to look forward to and then work toward them. And as you feel that momentum, it's incredibly gratifying. And there's nothing more satisfying than feeling like, oh, like I'm moving somewhere. This is even the case. So I haven't got to the gym in a week, and it sucks, and I'm pissed and all these things. But at the end of last year, I took care of my diet, and like I did everything I was meant to do. And I was putting on a little bit of weight slowly, and because that was my goal for the position that I'm in at the moment. And like it was so incredibly gratifying, even if it was just the tiniest bit. And it's the same thing with your business. It's the same, like it doesn't matter how big you are, but like it, yeah, I think it's incredibly gratifying, especially at the start. Um, and that can make the ride so much more enjoyable, rather than like constantly comparing yourself to, because there's always a bigger fish. There's always somebody who's had it worse and done it better. The guy who you see, like the people on the internet who you see who've done it, there are people who've done it better than them and aren't even as public about it. And I know some of these people, like personally. I know this one guy who really private but did some incredible shit by 24. And like, so I know for a fact, like it's not, a lot of the biggest successes aren't very public, but now with the internet, even the, yeah, like they're just incredibly public, and that makes it very easy to kind of compare yourself and get lost in that. But I think you'll find that if you can find something where you make progress, that's more satisfying than anything else. Yeah, I have to record some videos this week, like proper videos, not these. Or at least supposedly I do. Sometimes I feel so awkward making that shit, but like I want to document it, and it's a part of the experimentation. It's a part of the process. I haven't published my first couple of blogs for this, so I actually have to do that as well. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be a really interesting journey. I'm excited about that. Just like posting. I mean, I could do this even for just a year, and if I look back on this in 5 years' time, I think that's incredibly fun. And I already enjoy doing that for things that I did, 5, 6 years ago, or like just looking through old notes and stuff. And it's like, what if I could keep a video diary through all of it? I think that's a really enticing idea. But in the meantime, I'd also like to kind of try and produce proper content that's like made for the internet, not for myself. Um, so, but sometimes that sucks. And if you'd like to do it, I suggest you try, and you will probably suck, and just take that for granted. I know that I do. And in many ways, I'm like, finding my voice, whatever. And that's okay. Yeah. Okay, wait, let me see what my client said. He texted something on Slack. Ooh. There's this product that does like back end generation, and Okay, this is a bit unrelated, but anyway. Oh, I had a call with my assistant today. My VA. So far, really good. She's been helping with the email stuff, whatever. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. Now is really when I start to see whether she can keep up with stuff or not. Because I've started to give her some more complex tasks and stuff like that. Make HR timetable. So I'm basically having her liaise with candidates for a new position that we have. So we're hiring for a senior front end dev. I'm also having her look into PR agencies because I know that I want to do that at some point, and I think, well, if she can, like, I want to see what she's able to do. I also want to see what her critical thoughts are on the candidates that we're looking at, their CVs, and the agencies that she finds. I want her to research people for me to meet, so find people who I could reach out to, drop them a line, and I can message them on LinkedIn and hopefully strike up a chat. Yeah, and then I'm also gonna have her help me just like post the videos and stuff like that, like simple stuff that I want to take off my plate so that like my mental energy is less divided and less worried about task management. Task management is actually one of my stronger qualities, is in actually the organization of them. Then obviously executing on that is a whole different field. Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna help with that stuff, and then I wanna keep working to see what I can hand off to her, and I think maybe more YouTube stuff. Potentially also like I can have her start to reach out to some prospects and try the offer, stuff like that. We'll see. But so far it's been pretty useful. But still only, not even a week in yet, but the email, I would say not the biggest difference, is in like, sure, it's nice to have labels and stuff, but I'm not at a scale where my email management makes a huge difference. Not having to worry about the job posting and talking to everyone there, like that's something I wouldn't have done by now if it weren't for her. So that was a value add. What else? I don't know, but I'm excited to kind of see how it goes. I think experimenting is the most important thing. And off the back of that, I think I should come up with an offer, run it, promote it, see where it goes, see if it takes off, see if it doesn't, see what sticks, see what doesn't. Just run as many different offers as possible. Not as many as I can, but like, yeah. Also, I have to do enough volume. So Alex Hormozy has the flyer story where he put out 300 flyers and nobody replied. And then his mentor said they test with 5,000 and then they do 5,000 a day. So I can't, sponsor a small newsletter. I have to go all the way with it. Yeah, but I have to figure out my offer, like a better, more compelling offer. And I think doubling down on the problem that we solve is going to be it. And I'm right now, my idea is to focus on React front end development and just managing that pretty much like almost entirely. That has been the most profitable deal to date that we've ever done. It was about 40 grand, give or take. It was the most profitable singular deal, and I want to double down and find more of those. And we'll see if that sticks. We'll see if that was a one-off, like one-hit wonder. It's not a one-hit wonder, like, but yeah, we'll see. What's my day looking like tomorrow? Tomorrow I have a call at 11 a.m., at 12:30, at 2:15, at 3 p.m., at 4 p.m., at 5 p.m. Oh, Jesus. Tomorrow is full of fucking calls. And what do I need to get done tomorrow? Oh, I was going to check what my client said on Slack. I swear, my ADHD is fucking killing me. Are we good to send out Toronto offers? We still want to hold on. Oh, fuck. I forgot to do this. Alright. So I was meant to do something today. I'm going to do it now. Tô aqui. Não, tudo bem. Não, eu já desligo. The Toronto offers. Does not include. Okay. Alright, that's done. Oh my god, I'm replying to him 7 hours later. I feel so bad. No, there's no way for us to automatically pay. It's still in $2 sign. Okay. I have to do this little piece of work for. I really should finish it tonight. I'll probably just do it tonight. I'll do it right after this, but I have to fix up this little thing for a client. And then this week I have to jump back into some Bluetooth stuff for this. Oh, I have to do that before the call tomorrow with them. God, isn't that gonna be fun? BLE, gonna kill myself. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely fucking hate it. Anyway, at least now I know how to do it. So if you need a mobile app with Bluetooth enabled, let me know, hit me up. Hands down, the hardest thing about building any business at any kind of young age is the patience. Not knowing what the fuck you're doing, not knowing if you're going in the right direction, questioning every 5 minutes whether there's like another 15 businesses that you should have started instead of the one that you are doing. That is all the time I'm thinking, oh, could I be charging way more if I was, some marketing agency or something like that? But it's a fallacy. I know it's a fallacy. Or at least I tell myself that to keep myself sane. Maybe in like 2 years, I'll just look at myself and be like, I'm an idiot for not seeing it earlier, but again, maybe not. And from what I've seen from the people who I've observed, it's like, actually, no, you just get good at something, when you do it for a couple of years, and that's when actually things start moving and taking off. So actually should probably stick to it. Yeah, stick to what you're good at. Just double down. Oh, I'm so tired. All right, I'm gonna do this thing. Hopefully in the next half hour, I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes, get it smashed out, and then tomorrow make sure I make time for the gym. Eating is still such a struggle. Eating for me is a real pain in my ass. Like I'm not good at consistently tracking macros, stuff like that. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. Like, I mean, there are weeks that I do it well, then there are weeks that I don't, and I'm not gonna go anywhere like that. Sometimes, like I'll typically prioritize my protein intake, so at least I hit one goal. But like my protein intake without sufficient calories is also not gonna get me anywhere. And I'm a tall guy, so it's just a pain in my ass to get in enough calories. And I wanted to put on like 10, 15 kilos. Like that's a lot. That's like 30 pounds. In the next 3 to 6 months. I've got to eat a hell of a lot more. And I've got to figure out how to make it consistent, how to make it sustainable. Also, like I think I'm going to make a trip to London at some point over the coming weeks. I'm going to make that trip to London. And while I'm there, I got to figure out how the fuck I'm going to like eat what I have to eat, because oftentimes one of my issues is, especially when I'm hanging out with friends, is that the kind of my food takes a backseat in terms of priorities, and I don't feel, it's like socially nobody eats as much as me most of the time, or at least none of my friends do, because I'm taller and I don't necessarily have the same goals. So figuring out how to make all of that happen. Huel, I have to buy Huel. I still haven't done that. I've put that off for so long. So might buy that. 40 grams of protein per meal. Just get used to it. Maybe do like 2 Huel meals a day. That's 80. Yeah, if I could do that for breakfast. I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be a good addition, though, to my diet. That'll hopefully make my life a lot easier. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to stay on top of my diet, especially while traveling, stuff like that. Driving lessons still going. Waiting for my exam to get booked. Once I have that, I can start going to the gym and stuff by myself without having to schedule it. I should probably, though, put it in my calendar and then share that with my assistant, make sure I'm held accountable. Anyway, I'm rambling, more procrastinating, because I don't really want to do the work, to be honest, but yeah, I'm gonna get to it because I don't want to sleep super late. I'm in dire need of good sleep. Oh, I have to review this PR as well on GitHub, in case anyone's curious about what a PR is. It's a pull request. It's basically I have to review this code. It looks incredibly fun, doesn't it? It's just exactly what you want to do on a Monday night. Anyhow, that's it. I think that was pretty long, longer than usual. Only one cut, but